Now, 18 to 28 years old is the most dangerous decade in a man's life. Now, men, the reason being is because in this time frame, we can really mold, we can really build and set the foundations of who we are as men and build a strong identity. And we can actually change our entire life and our results for the rest of our life based on the amount of dedication, focus, and work that we put into this decade. But the problem lies here. In that time frame in a man's life, he gets involved in excessive partying, drinking, and too much playtime. By the time he hits 25, 26, 27, he's not in a place where he truly wants to be, because he's been pissing away his years doing things that are not really meaningful and not really building up his potential. It's at this time frame that we have a choice to make. We can follow the masses, or we can get our head down and get to work. We can enjoy life in our own way. We can study our craft. We can build our business. We can become more. Because it's in this time frame that men waste away their lives. They get caught up in too much partying, too much pissing about, and not enough building. And it's where our habits are built in this time frame and in this decade. It's where our identity is built. It's how we believe. It's who we believe ourselves to be. And this can transfer over to the rest of your life if you're not doing it properly, or if you're not building into the man that you truly, truly want to be. Now, men, identity transformation is vitally important, because this is who you truly believe yourself to be. If you believe yourself to be incapable, right, of a man who can't get a job done, of a man who's out of shape, of a man who cannot get the results that he wants, then you'll live and breathe that every single day. You know, if you've not even opened the doors into looking and building your identity, then men, you need to check yourself, because this is one of the main reasons why you're not getting results. You're constantly living in autopilot day in and day out. These years are vitally important for your development. Now, I had to learn that through the hard way, because I grew up taking drugs. I grew up drinking excessively. I grew up hanging around the wrong environments. And I had to get to a very low point to make the decision I had to make. But did I have to get to that low point to make that decision? We'll never know, but what I do know is the life lessons that I've gained, right? The knowledge that I've gained and acquired has helped me make better decisions now. And it will continue to help me make better decisions for the remainder of my life. So I'm making these videos to help and share my experience so you don't make the same mistakes. But that decade between 18 and 28, you have to get your head down and build whatever it is that you want to build. Because when you hit 25, 26, 27, life will smack you in the face if you're not making the progress that you want to make. Now, men, you need to release the past. We need to let go of the past. We need to stop feeling the guilt and the shame from the mistakes that we've made. Everything that's happened in the past, we need to learn from it. We need to grab it, chop it up, reflect from it, take what we can from that experience, right, and move on. Because if you want to build, grow, and become more, and build a successful business, build your family, build your relationship, and just become more of who you want to be, then we cannot live in the past. We cannot live in the past identity, the past view of ourselves. People might try and drag you there from time to time, but you only be brought to there when you don't know who you are. Release the past. Live from the now, right? But that now has to be built in the identity of the man that you truly want to be. The thoughts that he thinks, the way that he walks, the things that he speaks about, the daily actions that he takes. Now, something else that I've learned is talent isn't enough, right? Hard work, dedication, consistency will beat talent day in and day out. Now, I'm someone who has had to work very hard, right, to get in the position that I'm in, to learn what I've had to learn for trial and error, right? And the reason being, and the reason for all this is down to my hard work. It's not because I'm more talented than anyone. It's because I got my head down and I got to work. I realised my priorities. I understood what I had to do to make the moves I had to make. I cut off the people I had to cut off. I cut ties with the things that no longer serve me mentally and physically. And I've been working my arse off day in and day out, building my vision, taking action on who I want to be, and building my business as well. So I don't care how talented you are, talent can only take you so far. There's going to be a door that you walk through where the talent is going to be cut off and you're going to have to rely on your hands, the tools that you've got, and the hard work that you can put into it. Because if you think talent is going to take you through the remainder of your life, then you're going to be smacked in the face. So men, always know that talent isn't always going to take you to the place that you truly want to go to. Now, men, the next thing as well is stop seeking for external validation. Right? The only opinions that truly matter in a man's life, in your life, is how you view yourself. That external validation that you're seeking is not going to give you that long-term motivation that you need. Why are you doing things that you truly want to do? Are you doing it to try and impress people? Or are you doing it because that's what you genuinely want to do? Too many men get caught up trying to impress X, Y, and Z, right? And before they know it, they're taking actions, they're building a life that they don't even fucking want. They're living in a way that they don't even value because they were too busy trying to impress him, her, for years on end. It's not the way that we want to go about it. Man, the only people that matter in your life, right, are the people that are close to you, are the real ones in your life, and how you view yourself. Anyone else's opinion out with that, you need to really think accurately with it. And and ask yourself, is this going to add to your toolkit? Is this going to add to your long-term vision? Ponder on it, reflect, and understand what's truly important for you. And we need to take back control and focus. Because when we drift too much, that's when we lose sight of our potential. It's crazy to think how many people are walking around drifting. It's crazy to think how long I was drifting for in my life as well. Just walking around in autopilot, not achieving results that I wanted, stressed, and not walking in alignment with the man that I truly wanted to be. But we can counteract this by understanding who we are, understanding what it is we want, and building the key life traits that we need, the discipline, focus, right? And applying that day in and day out, and neglecting anything else that is not in alignment with who we want to be. Now, the last point, man, I want to speak on today, right? For you to get the best out of the decade from 18 to 28. Is adversity, right? Making mistakes. Take that as a fucking investment. Everything that you go through in that time frame will teach you so much lessons and wisdoms that you can learn from and apply from for the rest of your life. When you make a mistake, understand that that's life. Do not get caught up in all this social media hype and bullshit that mistakes and failure does not exist. When you're trying to become more, build your business, right, or improve yourself, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. But it's in those mistakes that we learn lessons, we learn how to correctly do things, and we learn more about ourselves as well. So see it as an investment for your best self, and an investment for you to hit new heights. But man, that decade, you need to get to work. You need to get your head down. You need to graft. You need to build. And you need to stop messing about with your time. Because before you know it, the years are going to go by. And you're going to be sitting there with nothing but a bunch of excuses and a hard luck story. You have so much freedom. You have so much potential right now at this very fucking moment. You can take so much action. You can build exactly whatever it is that you want to build. But you're going to have to fine tune a few things in your mind before you achieve that which you're searching for. But do not waste away these years. Right? It's vitally important. This is where true development takes place. Right? And you might be 18 at the moment, right? And be thinking that all these people who are your age, who are cool, who are at partying, drinking all the time, right? I guarantee by the time that they're 25, they're not going to be so cool anymore. I guarantee by the time they're 30, 40, that they're not going to be so cool anymore. So between 18 and 28, get the fucking work done. Build the foundation that you need to build. Build the identity that you need to build. Build the confidence, build the business, build your self-esteem. And you'll start surrounding yourself with some real people who are onto some high and some big time things. Let's do it, man. Any questions or any feedback, or if anything related or anything has been related with the video, comment in the comments.